I hate stand-up comedy. I hate it, but I've committed my life to it. Just been going around doing this. Ugh, sad. You ever work a job too long? That's what this is. I've pigeonholed myself into a dying art form. I was in Nashville and a man named Belly Button opened for me. So that's where my career is at. Got Belly Button opening up. I asked Belly Button too, like I asked him. I said, Belly Button. I asked Belly Button. I was like, well, Belly Button, what do you do when you fill out a W-9? And he said, what is that? So like, just these are the kind of people I associate myself with. It's just divorced men who are committing tax fraud. Those are my peers. Those are my peers. So all things considered, you know, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. You know how people will say that? They'll be like, oh, all things considered, that's pretty good. That's really good. It's like, well, I feel like you're not considering all things. Like, sure, you're considering something, but you're considering all things. You'd be crying right now. You gotta consider more things like NPR, you know? You're inconsiderate. And sometimes I'm like having a good day. I'll be having a good day, and then I remember that the oceans are dying. Did you ever get that just happy? And then you're like, oh no, not the Pacific. Not my favorite ocean. You ever just get ahead and you're like, oh, I can't right now. How could I get sucked off at a time like this? When the whales are in their situation they're in, I couldn't possibly succumb to some top right now. What kind of person could experience fellatio amid such a profound ecological event, you know? I could possibly get sucked off right now. We figure out the whales, then we can get back to me. We figure out the whales, we can get back to getting sucked off, but it's up to us. It's up to us to get back to me. It's up to us, that's what they say. They'll be like, it's up to us to save the environment. And I'm like, oh, that just means poor people with limited resources. And poor people don't recycle. I'm poor, I don't recycle. I just put everything in one bag and I hope for the best. That's what I fill those bags with. Hope. That's why garbage bag commercials are like, look how durable this is. I'm like, I know, I'm not taking 2 trips. Like, I'm too tired from being poor. So tired. But it's nobody's fault, you know, that the world's ending. There's just too many people. There's way too many people. Way too many. I know there's too many people because a child's leash touched my leg. That should never happen. I have a list of things that should happen. That's not on there. I felt a tug, like, at my leg. I was at a corner. I felt a tug, like I was being tugged. And I looked down. I was like, oh, it's probably going to be a small dog. It could be a cute dog. It was a small boy. And he rapped. He raced around. And then his mom, she went, heel. She healed it. He flew back. She healed a human. A human was healed. And I was like, whose fault is that? I didn't know whose fault that. I was like, is that the parent or the kid? But then I was like, well, we could kill that kid. We could kill it. No kid that's ever been leashed has gone on to do great things. You know, name a successful person. They've never been leashed. I guarantee it. Bill Gates, he seems like he would have been, but no. Greta Thunberg? Definitely not. She sailed across the Atlantic. They don't have leashes that long. They don't. Longest leash is gonna run you like 18 feet retractable. She would have got offshore, bounced right back. She would not have completed her journey. And I try to stay positive, like I really do, but it's hard because other people exist. And there's like so many, not you guys, not you, but them. And then when you see them, you'll be like, you. Like I watch a man blow his nose into his hand. And you're like, oh, it was in his hand, it was just more hand. What was in his hand? More hand, and then he flung it in one motion. I was like, oh, he's done this before. Yeah, he's done that before. I'm seeing this person's habits in real time. There's way too many people. I shouldn't see your habits. You know, I should have to know you deeply and intimately, and then weigh the pros and cons of that habit, and then ultimately choose, I don't want you in my life. I shouldn't have habits forced on me. The worst habit now is everybody has to know everything. That's my least favorite thing. Everybody's got to know everything. Everybody has too much information. And then once you have information, you become insufferable. Just insufferable. Like, have you ever had somebody just know something at you? In these past couple of years, you just have to sit there and take things being known at you. Just know it, just relentless knowing at you. You're like, shut the fuck up. I already know what I need to know. Well, I don't need more. Some other scary thing to worry about. I want to live in ignorance. But everybody knows everything. I think that just makes it a hard time to exist. You know, and I already think it's like the hardest time to exist. Like, I think my generation, I think we have it the hardest. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, it's so hard. Man, my life, so hard. Amazon Prime, Apple TV, I got too many subscriptions. I didn't mean to subscribe to such a hard life. You know, and we're like the first generation of roommates. That's hard. It's hard. It's hard to go through your day-to-day knowing you're gonna go home to a grown man. You're gonna go home to a grown man just clipping his toenails on your couch. That's your couch. He didn't even split it with you. And he's on there clipping toenails in bed shorts, which are just shorts that he wears to bed. But it's 5 p.m. It's 5 p.m., bro. Like, did you just wake up? Or are you calling it in early? You know? Also, why do I have memorized what you wear to bed? Like, I don't love you. I don't care about you. You're only here because I need half. But there's just too many people. We're running out of space. So everybody gets a roommate. Like, I have a friend in Indiana. That's a place where you're like, oh, I bet you own a house. You live in Indiana. Why would you live in Indiana if you didn't have property? So you go, well, he just lives in a house with 3 other people, so everybody's doing very badly. Across the board, everybody's doing bad. You could like see that we've been running out of space, like if you look at technology, like audio specifically for this joke. I don't have another example. I just came up with the audio one and I was like, all right, that seems good enough. Like in the early 2000s, audio, everything was like surround sound. You gotta get a surround sound system. It's Dolby Digital 500. Everybody's like, whoa, 500? Was it always 500? They're like, we don't know, but it's loud. Like, bring your boys over. Your boys are like, wow, this is loud. This is louder than your wife, you know? And it was the early 2000s, so we hated the wife, you know? I don't know why. Everything was surround sound, and now audio is just noise cancellation. They're like, you don't want to hear what's going on out there. It's messed up, and the walls are thin. And you don't really have space for 4 speakers and a subwoofer. The only space you can afford is in your inner canal. Just an itty little bit of space, that's all you got, baby. But my proposal, my proposition, my idea to save space is we just combine golf courses and cemeteries. That's a good idea. Be serious. You gotta be serious about this. I think that makes the game a lot more fun. You know, you gotta pitch it over a crypt. Like, yeah, I earned that par 4. I had to go over George III. I also think it makes it a lot more convenient. It'll be convenient, you know, because a lot of people playing golf. Hey, they're also on the back nine of life, so. Like, oh yeah, Grandpa dropped dead right in the sand trap. We stepped over him and then we hit the country club for a BLT. But we just don't have a release anymore. Like, there's no release anymore, because we don't have kids, so there's no release. It's weird to have a kid now. That's weird to me. Is that weird to you? Like, I see a pregnant lady, I'm like, that's weirdo behavior. Yeah. You're a weirdo. You're weird to me. You don't have foresight. We're running out of water. You're gonna have a thing that needs water? Like that. It's selfish, I think, to take our water. Personally, I'm gonna start drinking 18 cups a day. I don't want any water left. For your dumbass kid. That's why I respect the guy who walks around with the jug. He's got that strong jug arm. I'm like, yeah, get that water out of here. I don't want to see any more water around here. Like, I think that people that have kids now, like, it's just for Instagram. Like, it's just for somebody who could never get 100 likes before, and they're like, oh, maybe with this baby, I could get the kind of page activity I always wanted. People didn't like me for me, maybe they'll like me for me and my baby. Dress my baby up like a bear, you know, do a photo shoot in the woods for some reason. Look back at the baby real scared. Oh my God. My baby's a good actor. 121 likes. Worth it, worth that. Worth the greatest pain of my life. We don't have kids. So there's no release, because the release used to be like, if you're having a bad day, you know, like feeling bad, like you were feeling bad about yourself. You know, you would go home and you would hit your kid. You would fucking hit your kid. Beat your kid up. You're like, yes, I did something with my life. I struck my child. You know, but I can't go home and hit Evan. He's a grown man. He does CrossFit. That's an untrustworthy exercise. I don't even know if they know what they're doing in there. They're throwing anything around. That's too random. I can't predict random. He stays in his room for too long at a time. I don't know what's going on in there. Just push-ups and planning. I assume. He'd come out every once in a while, shows me a YouTube video. I fake laugh. I love everything Jordan B. Peterson has to say. No, and I have to say that, you know? I have to say that because I don't want to be a part of his cycle of violence. I pay too much rent to be a part of somebody's cycle of violence. That's not included in the utilities. That's why I think everybody's medicated now. You know, like, We all have anxiety and depression. Because the cure for anxiety and depression was child abuse. Maybe I wouldn't need to be on Klonopin if I could just hit a kid. Get off this Lexapro if I could just kick a kid. So I think it's a hard time to exist. I do feel like I still have potential. Yeah. Yeah, I got potential. 28, I feel like I still have potential. That's why I think it's a good time to kill myself. You gotta do it. Way too long, you don't have potential anymore. Timing is everything.
Don't do it, you can still have a kid.
Oh, just holding for the edit. I'm not up here dealing with hecklers tonight. Usually, man, I would fucking cut you up. But there are cameras here. Yeah, I'm 28. I feel like I still have potential. That's why I think it's a good time to kill myself. Because you got to do it while you still have it. You wait too long, you don't have it anymore. 28, you kill yourself, people are like, no. Oh, he had big things coming. Potentially. Then you're 39, you kill yourself, people are like, he's a good guy. 39, that's a good enough time to get stuff done. And I know suicide is like a taboo topic, I know. It's taboo. It's taboo. They're like, don't talk about it. That's taboo. But that's just because people are still Christians, you know? Because they can't read. And like Christian ideologies are so built into our society that we think that like life is a gift from God. So if you take your own life, you're slapping God in the face. Because life is a gift from God. But if life's a gift from God, this God sucks at giving gifts. Sucks. It gave the same shit to everybody. Why? That's how I know God is not a woman. That's a thoughtless gift giver. That's a male trait. You know, this seems pretty last minute. Did you stop at a kiosk? Why don't you take a hint next time? I don't think any of us wanted to be here. I don't get a gift receipt or anything. They're like, you could have store credit. Hard pass. The store credit never works out. I'm glad we can like joke about mental health stuff now. You know? Oh, we can joke about that. People used to just get mad. Talk about anything mental health, people would get mad. You'd be like, I'm sad. They'd be like, well, that makes me angry with you. Okay, I feel like we're all experiencing emotions. I wish you had range. But people they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to deal with it. They used to just get mad. Like when I was 13, I got suspended from school because my school found out that I was cutting myself. And they got mad at me. Everybody got mad at me. They got mad. They sent me home. They didn't know what to do, so they sent me home. And I was like, okay. I'll go home to where all the knives are. You should have thought that through, tools of my trade. I'm cutting my wrist up, breaking new ground for the next generation of emo kids, you know? They're gonna have therapy. And they do now. I'm a hero. But sometimes I do want a gift receipt. You know, sometimes I do. People be like, why? Why do you want to return this? I'll be like, well, look who's doing well. This is a selfish thought. Look who's doing, like billionaires. That's who's doing well. Have you heard about this? Have you seen these people? They got $1 billion. Sound made up. $1 billion. Have you seen these people? They are so ugly. I'm like, how do you have so much but also so little? And they won't die. That's my problem with billionaires. They won't die. You never hear about a billionaire dying. The only time you hear about a billionaire is when they got more money. I thought they were gonna start dropping. Then we could all get a little bonus, you know, spread the wealth. I don't know how the economy works. But they won't die. So I was trying to correlate, you know, I was trying to make correlations, trying to figure out why they won't die. You ever correlate? Correlate. I was doing my own research. Trying to figure out a vaccine to get rid of billionaires. They won't die. And then I was like, whoa, do you think the secret to eternal life is having sex with children? Because that's what every documentary was about for like 4 months. I was like, oh, I'm on to something. Guess the fountain of youth is the youth. I didn't like it. I wasn't like stoked. I wasn't like, oh, cool, this is happening. That's great. I didn't want that information. I was like, why are we documenting this? We should help these kids. And they're like, nah, we need content. Yeah, we need some content. Content's actually more important than human life. What do you think comes first? The $1 billion? Or the pedophilia? I think it's the $1 billion. That's why I question anybody who's ambitious. Oh, you wake up early? Okay, you have ulterior motives. I don't trust that. I don't trust that schedule Mark Wahlberg's on. Why do we know he wakes up every day at 3:25 a.m.? We gotta look into that. But I don't have a fix for that, you know? I don't have a solve. I don't know how to get rid of them. But how do we know that human sacrifice doesn't work? We don't. I don't. I've never had a good harvest. In 28 years, I haven't had one good harvest. My crops aren't doing anything. I can't even keep a succulent alive. I need to sacrifice somebody to keep my desert flowers awake. And that's a hard joke for me to get through, usually. It is. It's because I have bad energy. I have bad energy. I know that about myself. I have bad energy. Multiple times people have been like to me, oh, I thought you hated me when we met. I did. I still do. Got transparent bad energy. You know, I'm toxic. I'm toxic. But I'm not masculine. I'm just regular. I'm just regular toxic. My toxicity has no masculinity. I'm not masculine. Like this guy came up to me at a barbecue. He didn't even introduce himself. You know, no handshake, no. He just said to me, he said, you look like you take baths. No, just you bathe. I wanted to be so mad, like, no, I shower. Take hot showers. This is new skin. My showers are so hot, I just shed in there. Oh, I wanted to be mad like that, but then I remembered, like, I love a bath. Like, ooh, god damn. A candle, my laptop on the toilet, like a little TV stand, like some Epsom salt. Like, I'll shrivel up. I'll watch a whole show. I'll watch all of The Crown. I love a drama. I love the Queen. But he was like an older comic, so he was like trying to make a joke, like insinuate that I'm soft, you know? That's what he's doing. He's like, you got a weak spirit. That's what I took from that. You're soft. And I was like, yeah, I'm soft. I'm soft. Because after I get out of the tub, I got a good skincare regimen. I got moisturizers and oils. They trap the moisture. And I only tell you that to say that I have good skin. That's how you know I'm a good person. You know, I got good skin. I'm toxic, but I'm a good person. Because I have good skin. Good people have good skin. Good people have great skin. Somebody with great skin, you're like, you do charity work or something. Evil people, awful skin. That's who a 3-in-1 shampoo, conditioner, body wash is for. It's just for like an evil guy so he can like shower quick and then get back to harassing people. You know, that's how I know the insurrection smelled like Old Spice. Yeah, Old Spice, the scent of rebellion. But yeah, I'm a good person. I'm still not happy. I want to be happy. Maybe I just need money. Not $1 billion, but some. How much money would you like? A little more than what I have. Like, I want money. They say the baseline for happiness is you gotta make like $85,000 a year, and then after that, it doesn't matter. But the baseline, 85, anything after it doesn't matter. That's what you need for peak happiness. And I just feel like I would be a lot happier if I didn't know that. Why do I have to know that? Is that before or after tax? Because either way, it seems unachievable. Because I want money, like I want to be a Republican so bad. But I'm fiscally liberal right now. I care about stuff because of my fiscal situation. Fiscally, I care. But I want to be a Republican. Like the evil kind, not the kind where you're like, oh, just ignore him. I want to be the evil kind. I want to like wake up in the morning, drink stem cells. You know, I'm pro-life, but I got a wine cellar of stem cells. I want to be a hypocrite. I want hypocrite money. I want to say that I'm all lives matter, but really I just mean me. That's the kind of Republican I want to be. But I'm fiscally liberal. But I always am like fighting off being Republican, you know, like it's just an inner battle I have to deal with every day. Which side am I on? There's only two. Like, I do think that everybody deserves to make like a decent living wage. Yeah, But I do think the people making $15 an hour now are getting really cocky. They need to be humbled. Because I paid with a $10 bill at a Popeyes, and the cashier, he held it up to the light. He unfurled it into the light. I was like, why would you do this in front of everybody? Like, we're bracket buddies. We're bracket buddies. We're in the same bracket. Like, you gonna turn your back on your bracket buddy? Like, you think I'm fleecing the Popeyes with fake 10s? The change is 89 cents. Like, what kind of long game do you think I'm playing to embarrass me like that? Now I'm gonna make so much money, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna buy this franchise and fire you in a dramatic fashion. Teach you never turn your back on your bracket buddy again. But I do still think people, decent living wage, deserve that. Because liberal. But I'm okay with women making less. No, just because they haven't been working as long. You gotta put your time in. You don't have the seniority, honey. And I'm sure some suffragettes were like, whoa, chill a minute. Like, can we just do part-time? I still want to stay at home, vacuum, and take Valium. Nothing chills me out like a hum of a Hoover. When I'm off the Valium. I've never had money though. Like, I've never had a refrigerator that didn't sound like it wasn't struggling to breathe. You know, every fridge I've ever had just has a knife wound in it. And everything sweats immediately. Most of my life I could tell if something tasted like fridge. I'm like, oh, this got a hint of KitchenAid on it. You know, best before you put it in. My friend was like, well, what are you doing to save? What are you doing to save? Are you investing? No. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting, because I heard somebody say once that they came into some money. So that's kind of what I'm hoping is the case for me. But it's okay. I'm just not important. It's all right. I'm not important. Like, I'm not important enough to walk up an escalator. You know, like, I stay to the right. Like, I don't have to be anywhere on time. I see people like run up an escalator. I'm like, oh, that's a role model. That's a role model. He's late for a hangout on Google right now. He's having Google Hangouts. I never hung out on Google. I don't hang out there. I just Zoom. But money's always going to be a problem under capitalism. You know what I mean? I got too much. Yeah, I got too much information. I know about capitalism. Somebody knew stuff at me once, and I was like, oh, God, I'll regurgitate that. You know, I live in the biggest capitalist of them all. I live in America. I hate America. I hate it. I hate America because I don't drink milk. You know, like, the only people that like love America, they like love dairy. They love dairy. You'd be like, can I get oat milk? They're like, oh, you're a domestic terrorist. We don't agree with your dairy alternative choices. Because I was at a diner, I saw an old guy drinking like a tall glass of milk. And I was like, oh, that's a patriot. That's what a patriot looks like. They love milk. They can't connect with their daughter. They got sleep apnea. That's what America is to me. I support the troops, though. Yeah, I support it. Oh, I support the troops. I just don't support the surprise welcome home videos. The welcome home videos, I don't like that. Bother me. Like you're going all over there, being all extra over there. Being all extra to come home and go viral with a video. Why don't you just learn editing skills, man? Going over there, bombing hospitals. She can come back and make a video. Seems disingenuous to me. Like, wow, son, you're so big now. Last time I saw you, I hadn't even bombed a hospital yet. So good to see you, dude. You grew up quick. I bombed like 3 hospitals. The ones that bother me the most are the ones with the dogs. Where they're like, oh, look how happy my dog is to see me after all this time. Can you believe how happy my dog is? It's like, are you sure? Are you sure about that? Because I've met some dogs, and they were new to me. And let me tell you, they were pretty excited. You think this dog thinks that I went to war? That's stupid. That's a stupid, you got a dumb dog. I will never step foot on a battlefield for a flag. You got a dumb dog. You better hope I don't get drafted, too. I'm gonna give away my platoon's position with a vape pen. I'm gonna get sniped in the head because I'm addicted to vape. They're gonna be on the news like, oh, so what was the downfall for your modern warfare? Well, we were addicted to juuling. And the little lights gave us away. It was the little lights that did us. We tried to flank, but the lights. It was a massacre. And I'm from Canada. Like, I don't even know if we have an army. I know we have a navy, but what's that besides making soup on a boat? Which might be the most dangerous one, you know, depending on how rocky them waves are and how hot that soup is. Yeah, I was in the Navy. You can tell by these 3rd-degree burns. The clam chowder almost got me. The pea soup took my brother in arms. I do like being Canadian in America. That's cool. It's just like being in a really easy escape room. If you don't know what an escape room is, that's when you have so much privilege, you pay somebody to take it away. Like, oh, absolutely, I have loads of privilege. I don't have to do this. I hate this team building exercise. But whenever somebody in America finds out you're from Canada, which is you tell them. No, he's guessing that. Everybody always says the same thing. They always say the same thing to you. They're always like, oh, so you're free healthcare. Oh, your healthcare is free. You're free healthcare. They just say free healthcare. It's like, yeah, I guess that's not really what I was doing up there. I wasn't pushing that through Parliament. Like, me and the Prime Minister weren't in cahoots on that one, bud, but it's free, it's cheap, I don't know. It's a better system. So it's not funny. You know, you have to explain. It's not funny. Like, healthcare is funny in America. Because everybody's like, oh, it's bad. And then they're like, yeah, it's bad. And then that's the end of the conversation. That's what I think is funny, blatantly ignoring a flaw. Like, healthcare in America is so bad. That's where the Make-A-Wish Foundation was founded. That's funny. That's funny. They're like, good news, bad news. So your son is gonna die, but we could get him a FaceTime with Anne Hathaway. Yeah, we got Anne Hathaway on the line. She's gonna sing some Les Mis for Jaden. Hopefully that eases the pain of his stage 4 mesothelioma. Yeah, Jaden's got the mesothelioma bad. It's stage 4. Only the musings of Anne Hathaway can help him now. Our bad. We didn't really consider many things, so we don't have a system in place. I don't know about you guys, though, but I feel like cancer should chill out. Should chill. You know? Take it easy. Especially with the big words. Just be cancer. We don't have a cure for you yet. Why you gotta flex on us with these big words? Just be yourself, big guy. Take it easy. You're killing us out there. Pancreatic sarcoma? Chill out. Take it easy. Give me my grandparents back. Give them back. No, I lost my grandparents young. Everybody else lost their grandparents last year. Oh, you didn't know about mortality? Okay, I'm toxic. I do think about cancer all the time. You know, like every day. Every day I'm thinking about it. You know, because it could be in you right now. Dormant. Just in there dormant. Just in the shadows. Like, you're in my prostate? Get out of... I just got into that. Now you're in there? There's definitely not room for the both of us yet. Why? You come back later when there's some more room? I'll forget my keys at home. I'll be like halfway down a block. Oh, fuck. Oh no. That's the cancer. They're creeping up on me, and now I'm forgetful. That's gotta be a symptom. You've ever tripped, like walking upstairs? And you're like, oh God, I have a tumor. I have a tumor and it's malignant. I wish it was benign, but it's malignant. And I can't afford to see a doctor, and I'm too old to see Anne. This system doesn't work for me. I just don't want to get old. It scares me. Getting old is scary. Like, I don't want to get old because I don't want hindsight. That seems like a curse. Like, to look back on your life with perfect clarity and be like, oh yeah, I could have done things better easily. Oh man, I made all the wrong choices. Wait, you're telling me all I had to do was tell the truth? Who knew? Who knew life would have been easier if I wasn't a pathological liar? You ever lie so hard you have to learn Cantonese? I was on Duolingo for like 6 weeks. Like, why did I tell people I was bilingual? I don't know how I'm gonna get old. I don't want to do like classic white shit. You know? I don't want to do classic white shit. Just like repress my feelings in a reclining chair. You know the kind of chair where it's got the big handle, and it doesn't work the first time, and then the second time they pull it, they got whiplash. I'm trying. I'm trying to be like healthy, like trying to open up. Trying to open up. Be in a healthy relationship. Be opened up. Like I'm in couples counseling right now, so that's good. Yeah, it's good. Couples counseling is good. It's good. It's good to be doing it. It's bad how we got there. But it is good to be doing it. I love it. But sometimes I just wish that everybody I ever had sex with just died after. Like, it's just easier to be in mourning than it is to be open and vulnerable with you. And that joke is a defense mechanism. I was trying to take responsibility for my actions. We don't really do that anymore. We don't. Like, everybody's in therapy now, but nobody takes responsibility. Everybody's just like, oh yeah, my bad. I'm working on it, so it's just my demons. My bad, I just got demons, so it's not my fault I got demons. I'm sorry I cheated. I have demons. You don't have demons, you are a demon. You need to re-strategize. People trusted you. And that's not anti-cheating sentiment. I think cheating is good. Makes you work harder. Do things you normally wouldn't do. Ask things you normally like. How was your day? Cheating is good until you come. And then you're just left with regret. Just sitting on the edge of a bed, understanding what R&B really is. Like, wow, I didn't know R&B was in the cards for me. I didn't know I would ever relate to this, wow. Rhythm and blues? I understand both now. And I've cheated. And I've been cheated on, but I still don't think that's the biggest betrayal in life. I think the biggest betrayal in life is that the Q-tip is not actually for the ear. And you're like, but it fits perfectly. They're like, don't put it in there. You're like, I'm gonna do it anyway. I get these demons out. Need to put my speakers back in. So I've been trying to get rid of my demons. Like, I got sober. Like, I've been sober for a while. I hate it. I hate being sober. Because you just remember everything. No vices, just your life up until now. Just remembering everything. And that's the only thing that's worse than forgetting. Is remembering. Just remember, you're like, oh my God, why is that still in there? I thought I would have disassociated by now. Like, I remembered that I got into a revolving door with another man. Just sharing a grate, just splitting a quarter. And I just said, I'm here too. And he turned and looked at me like, I know, we're in a confined space right now. Why would you do this to us? So I don't know what I need, but I need to forget that. I don't know. I need a pill addiction or something. I do know that I don't want to be with like another person again. Like, I'm good. I don't like being with somebody for the first time. That's why. And I love my relationship. But I just hate the first time with somebody else. You know, because you don't know each other. So you're like always feeling each other out. And so something always happens. Something always happens. I was with this girl once, we were in her room, and she grabbed something off her bed, and she held it up, and she said, this is my blankie. She held it up, she was like, this is my blankie. This is my blankie from when I was a kid. She held it up like that, like Macbeth. And I was sober, so that's just in here forever. Like, if I was drunk, I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. I'll wipe myself off with it. Like, why do you have a blankie, miss? Put the blankie away. Put it in a box, and then put it in the nook above the closet where memories are supposed to go. Push those memories under the bed. I don't want to know you like that. Like, I can't be with somebody like that. Like, I can't. Like, somebody that's got keepsakes from their childhood. You know, like they had a good childhood. That's not my type. Like, I need somebody with trauma. You know, keep it exciting with the trauma. That's why I think I exclusively date older women. You know, because they've been around longer and they're a woman, so it's more likely that something horrible has happened to them. And they have more flavor, like a cast iron. Yeah, I'm like, don't use soap. I want to taste your upbringing. I want to taste weekends at Dad's. Yes. Soap ruins it. Yeah, I got a cast iron during the pandemic. And then I applied my new knowledge of it to the only other thing I know. Pussy jokes. One of the only things I know. I do feel like the only thing I need to be happy is like no awareness. That's what I need. I need no awareness. That's what I need to be happy. Like, you guys are probably all pretty aware, right? Yeah. And that's why you're unhappy. You know, but you take that awareness away, like life is easy. You know, you just love Disney. You know, like you got frames with quotes in them. That's what I want. I want the simple life. I want to frame some quotes. I want to get my art from IKEA. You know? Like, I want no awareness. None of it. Like, I want to get into a pyramid scheme early. You know, just be at the ground, just build it up, be at the top of the triangle, just rope in my family and acquaintances, and then just reap the benefits of their financial ruin. You know? And then at the end of the day, I call myself an entrepreneur. That's the lack of awareness I want. I want entrepreneur in my bio with a code next to it for 20% off. A product nobody's clicking on. I want no awareness. I want no spatial awareness. I want to stand this close to you in a lineup and just breathe on your neck and feel nothing. You're mad for weeks. You're like, somebody breathe on me. Well, I got no awareness. I'm breathing on everybody. I don't care. I got no awareness. I want to go back through a revolving door with somebody and not care. I want no awareness. Like, I want to be a lingerer. I want to linger. You know, I want to linger. I want to be a lingerer. Linger around. Float through life. Just lingering. Like, I want to say goodbye to you at a party, and then you see me 10 minutes later. You're like, I thought you were leaving. Like, oh, I don't really know what I'm doing. I just exist to be, you know? I simply am. I'm a lingerer. I want no awareness. I want to trust companies. I think that's the lack of awareness I want. I'll be like, oh, these companies, oh, they're looking out for me. I'm the little guy. Like, I want to retweet my bank. Like, I genuinely want to give my bank a retweet. Like, oh, what you guys are doing on social media over at the bank, man, I love it. You're killing it. All that gay shit during Pride Month, I trust that. That's cool. Doesn't seem advantageous of movements at all. I love that my bank is into social change. Thank you for the premiums. Mwah. I want to love the bank. Online banking? No, inline banking. I want to be at the bank. I love it there. I want to love the bank. Oh, man, they're putting necklaces on the pens at the bank. I love it. I love the bank. The pens got beads on them. I want to be like that. But I'm not. Like, I don't trust companies. I don't trust corporate. I don't trust the government. Like, that's why I never use the same signature twice. I don't want to give them anything consistent. Catch me in belly button if you can. I don't even trust the Girl Scouts anymore. I don't trust the Girl Scouts. They lost me. Girl Scouts of the Girl Scouts cookie, I'm done with them. I don't trust that. Because when Amy Coney Barrett was nominated to the Supreme Court, she's a right-wing justice, she's pro-life. The Girl Scouts, they congratulated her. They congratulated her publicly. They were like, yes, queen. Break the glass ceiling. That's what they said, publicly. Which I've always felt like that's a weird architectural design. Like the glass ceiling, like it's a ceiling. It's not even the roof. So you're just breaking through to like another level of misogyny? That seems like a bad, but that's Women's Planet. I don't speak for women. I don't speak for women. You guys keep doing the damn thing. I'm so proud of you. You're killing it right now. But Girl Scouts, they congratulated Amy Coney Barrett. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, Girl Scouts doesn't believe in a woman's right to choose. Like, that's what I thought their whole thing was. I thought they're out here scouting choices. But apparently not. Apparently not. And then I sat on it for a while, because I was so mad. I was so pissed at the Girl Scouts. They let me down, man. I was so mad. And then it started to make sense. I was like, it makes sense that they would congratulate her. Because if we keep having these abortions, like, who is gonna sell these cookies? Like, who is gonna do it? Because I'm not gonna buy a cookie for some old lady. Like, I'll date her, I won't buy a cookie from her. Like, you know, so I understand Girl Scouts' nuanced take on abortion. You know, we are killing their employees. Cookie sales is a fickle business. There are gonna be a lot more Girl Scouts in Texas. I don't make the laws, I just have the information. I don't want to have it. That's why I feel so bad all the time. I feel like I've been depressed just because nobody's told me a secret in a while. You know, I just need a good secret to keep me going. Just need a good secret. Like, has anybody ever told you something? You're like, oh, I'm gonna live forever. I'm gonna live forever. You're a demon, but I'm gonna live forever. Like, I need something evil, you know, like something that could ruin a family. That's the kind of secret I need. Something that could fuck up a will. That's what I need to keep my heart pumping. But no matter how bad my mental health gets, it'll always be better than somebody that drives a truck. Like a Ford F-150. I just feel like those are the least introspective people on the planet. Least introspective people on the planet. Because every time they get out of the truck, they tuck the mirror in. They tuck it in. It's like, why not, instead of tucking it in, why don't you take a good, long, hard look in it and reflect, you know? Maybe you're the reason your family doesn't talk to you. You know, it's not gas prices of the government. Like, it's just who you are as a human being. Because people that drive trucks, they're always so mad about the gas, you know? They're always so mad about the gas. But it's like, well, you drive the largest recreational vehicle available. If you just knew who you were and drove a Chevy Volt, you wouldn't have that problem. You know, people would still come home for Thanksgiving. And if you didn't need all that gas, then they never would have taken down the towers. What? You gotta consider all things. Thank you.
Ain't nobody asked for the shit, but I made it anyway, cause I'm really bored, okay. Haven't cleaned my house in weeks, looking like a hurricane went through it, hey baby. I'm trying to see some cheeks, and suck on my girl's Twin Peaks. Ain't nobody asked for that anyway, but I had to say it, cause it's my song, so you gotta take it. Ain't nobody asked for the shit, but I made it anyway, cause I'm really bored, okay. Haven't cleaned my house in weeks, looking like a hurricane went through it, hey baby. Ain't nobody asked about your kids, ain't nobody care about this white baby pictures away. Ain't nobody care about your script, you remind me of every nigga that live in LA. Ain't nobody wanna work when there's nerdy niggas making millions off PNGs and NFTs, like geez Louise. Niggas keep talking about NFTs like I know what the fuck that is, but I don't. So don't try to educate me on some shit I don't even fucking want. You can mint these nuts, put them on the blockchain for $500,000. Ain't nobody care. Nothing